guys, welcome back. In the last video we discussed till question number 43. So now we are going to start with question number 44. So in question number 44 we need to count the number of vowels in a given string. So how are we going to do this? Basically we need to check all the characters of a given string, and if those characters are equal to any of the vowels, we need to count it as a vowel. So we are going to declare a variable count, which is going to only increase if while we are traversing through our string, if any character is equal to uh, vowel, then count plus plus, otherwise count will remain 0. Okay, so I hope you guys know vowels. What are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U. Now remember, Java is case sensitive, so we also need to consider uppercase A, E, I, O, U. So let's get started. Let's write the code. So what do we need to do is, first let's say we have a string string str is equal to hello. Okay, then we also need to declare, right now we discussed count variable because we need to increase it if the character is equal to a vowel. Now same thing we are gonna write that first for int for loop. We discussed it in the for loop video also, that if we want to go through this a string or traverse through an array, we can use a for loop. We have discussed this in detail earlier. So for int I is equal to 0, then I will be less than the string length and I plus plus. Alright, so this is the loop. So first let's just print let's just print system.out.println, so you know what this is doing, and then we are going to do a dry run of just this part of the code, and then we are going to print I. Alright, so what's this going to print? As you can see, this is the index, we need the value at index, so we are going to print str dot char at, we discussed this in the last question also, char at method of string. Yeah, okay, run. So as you can see, it's gonna print HELLO. So now by this line we are gonna comment this out. So using this line I am getting the values HELLO. How am I getting these values? By using this function, right? So now we are gonna use conditional statements, if else, if the value at char string dot char at I, because I is 0 1 2 3 4, right? So first we need to check the value at 0th index, which is H, then we need to check the value at first index, which is E, then we need to check the value at second index, which is L, and so on. So if this value is equal to A, or this value is equal to E, or this value is equal to O, right? I'm just going to copy this, just a sec. So we need to write this for all the 5 vowels, and not just for all the 5 vowels, for both uppercase and lowercase we need to write this. Okay, so A, E, then we are going to check for I, then we are going to check for O, then we are going to check for U. Similarly you need to write this for uppercase as well. Right now we have this string and I can see clearly that there are no vowels in these no uppercase vowels in these strings, so I'm not writing uppercase, but it is important to write and you should write it. Count plus plus. Alright, because we need to increase the count only when this condition is being vowel count, We need to increase the count only when this condition is being satisfied. Otherwise, we don't need to increase it. Okay. So then at the end, we need to print system.out.println, and we need to print the vowel count because we need to find the number of vowels. Number of vowels plus vowel count. Okay, semicolon. Not forgetting the semicolon. Okay, what error? Oh, we don't need. Yeah, just when I remember the semicolon. Seriously, but okay. Number of vowels is, what the hell? Number of vowels. If this is equal to this, or is equal to this, or is equal to this. Oh, this should come under if. This is not coming under if right now. This is coming under while loop. Wait, guys. As you can see, such small errors, and they make all the difference. Number of vowels 2. Now it's correct. The number of vowels is 2. Let's print it here and see what's happening. We'll print it in the for loop. Okay, vowel count plus. Oh god, no, not this. In the for loop, we need to print the number of vowels in the for loop so that we can see at each step how the vowel count is increasing. Okay. God, the small syntax. Yeah, now it's good. So first, this was first printing the value at I. When I is equal to 0, the value is h. So that's not a vowel, so the count remains 0. Then E, the count becomes 1. Then L, that's not a vowel, so count becomes 1. Then again L, that's not a vowel, so count becomes 1. Then O, so that's a vowel, so the count becomes 2. So let's change it and write something random. So as you can see, at every step we are getting the vowels count. So first, again we discussed till O, right? Then we have J. The count remains 2 till we get to the next vowel, that's U. Then the count becomes 3. Then right next to U is E. Then the count becomes 4. So on. This is how it is working. Okay. We need to write capital also here. I'll write a comment. Uppercase also. For those of you who are just using the Replit and not watching the videos, you should be clear. I mean, they don't know this that I have written. I mean, they didn't hear this that I have written because of that purpose, but okay. Oh god. Anyways, moving on to the next question. Write a Java program to, where were we? 45. To replace all occurrences of a character in a string with another character. It is quite similar to this code we just wrote, so we are going to edit this only. Chuck it. So yeah, it's quite similar to the code we just wrote. So now we need that every time I'm somewhere getting E, I need to replace it with let's say A. So if we are going to erase all this, if this is equal to E, then only we need to do it, right? Before that, what we are going to do is we are going to declare two variables, two strings only. We don't need vowel count anywhere. Oh, wait, yeah. I'm gonna write it again only. Okay. Yeah. So now let's declare a string first of all. String str is equal to hello world. Okay. Then let's say let's declare another string variable which will be old character, which basically we need to replace. We'll declare it here only. Multiple declaration we have learned. Old char is equal to, we are replacing E, right? So it is equal to E. We'll declare this as a character instead of a string, so we are going to write it in the next line. C is small, S is capital, remember. Okay, so now we'll also declare a new character. New character is also going to be a string that we can declare in the same line. So new character is equal to I, sure. So we are basically replacing all occurrences of E with I. So one of the easiest way to do this, instead of using the method we were just discussing, there's this string method known as replace. So in that we need to write, we discussed it in the videos, I think, replace. We need to write the letter we need to replace, so that will be old letter, and then we need to write the letter we need to replace it with, so that will be the new letter. So let's just write the code for this. String, and let's say string new string, new str is equal to str, the original string, replace old char comma new char, and then we are gonna print both of these strings. First system.out.print ln. Here we are gonna print the original string, that is str. Then we are, to see the difference, we are going to print in the next line, we are going to print the new string. Alright, so let's run it. As you can see, hello world and then hello world. So there's a difference. E has been replaced with, if I add E, just to see the difference, I'm doing this. So as you can see, I instead of E. So next question is also done. Moving on. Where were we? Here. Question number 46. Write a Java program to find the second largest element in an array. Okay, I hope you have seen the array videos. That was, I think, the last lecture video we did. So if you have not yet seen it, go check it out right now. So moving on, write a Java program to find the second largest element in an array. So first we are going to declare an array. How did we declare an array? Int square brackets and then arr is equal to 1 2 3 4 5. For now we are going to declare it like this. Okay, then let's suppose two variables. I think in the beginner level questions we discussed how to find the largest. So to understand this, you should first understand the largest. If you are comfortable finding the largest element of the array, you'll understand this in no time. So to find the largest, what we did was we assumed, let's just do it only. So first we are going to assume a variable, the largest is equal to, let's say for now the value of largest is 0. Okay, then we are also going to let another variable, we are going to consider another variable, let's say second largest only. Second largest, the value of second largest is also 0 for now. Why? We are going to discuss. So why is the value of, what's the concept we are going to use? So what we are going to do is we are going to compare the value of largest with this array. Okay, now if the value of largest is less than this array, each value of this array, for example, let's consider 1 first. So if the value of largest is less than 1, then largest will now become 1. So if, or let's say if the value of 1 is greater than largest, new largest will be 1. Similarly, then we are going to check it with 2. While we are checking it with 2, we are also going to update the value of second largest. How are we going to do that? So first largest will be equal to 1. Then second largest will also be equal to 1. Then we are going to check another number. So if the next number is greater than largest, that is 2 is greater than largest, right? So 2 is greater than 1. We are going to update the value of largest to 1. And then second largest will be updated as long as it is greater than its value, like greater than the value of the second largest, but it is less than the value of the largest. So what we are this might be a lot to digest, but what we are basically doing is, what do I need to do? The number will be second largest. Right now, let's do a dry run. Okay, what's the largest number right now? I compared 1 with 0. So largest becomes 1 and second largest also becomes 1. Now the next number is 2. It is greater than largest, right? So it's gonna be 2. Now second largest might become 2. But what is the condition we are keeping here? That the next number should be greater than the second largest. So is 2 greater than the second largest number? Yes. But it should also be less than the largest number, the number that is already the largest. Okay. So now 2, is it less than largest? No. That's why we won't update this value. Moving on to the next question, next part, 3. Now the value of largest becomes 3. Now we are going to compare 2 with this. So what's the second largest number? 1. Is 2 greater than 1? Yes. Is 2 less than largest? Yes. So second largest becomes 2, and so on till we come to the conclusion that largest is 5 and second largest is 4. So I hope the logic is clear. Right, we are going to comment out this line. So int array, we have an array with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we doing? First we declare that int largest is equal to 0. Why are we taking 0? Because all the values we have in array are positive, right? So 0 is going to be the minimum value. So to compare, for better comparison, basically we needed to take the minimum value. So we are going to start from 0, and second largest also is equal to 0. Okay. So for int I is equal to 0, this is the syntax we have discussed. We have definitely discussed in the array video also and in the beginner question video also. Oh my god. In the array video also and in the beginner question video also, we discussed the syntax to find the all the elements of the array. So if what we are doing here is, if array I, that is the value of array at index I, is greater than the largest, that is, if it is greater than largest, then second largest will become largest and the largest value will become this value. Let's do a dry run till here. So right now my I is 0, that means the value at 0, the value at 0 index, that is 1. So is 1 greater than largest? What's the largest? 0. Is 1 greater than 0? Yes, 1 is greater than 0. So second largest becomes largest. That means my second largest right now is 0. Right, because it was largest. And my largest becomes array at value at index 0. That was 1. So my largest become 1. Else if. Now what's the condition if in else if? That this is greater than second largest, as we discussed, that this is greater than second largest and it is not already equal to largest, then second largest is equal to value of index. So this is the first condition. What's the first condition? That this is greater than largest. Now what if this is greater than second largest? Also this is should not be equal to largest. Right, only then the value of second largest will be equal to the array value at 0th index. Got it? So I hope this is clear. If we run it, okay. we need to print first. So we are going to print outside the loop. So outside the loop, system.out.print, and we are going to print largest, and then let's print second largest in the next line. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, largest is 5, and now let's add some random numbers. 20, then 4, no, 4 is already there, so let's add 6, then 90, then 9, then 8. So we are adding random numbers to check. 54, then 45. Now let's check. As you can see, the largest is 90 and the second largest is 54. So our program is working. So I hope it was clear. I hope the logic was clear. Even if you are having trouble in the syntax, don't worry. The syntax will be clear once you are done with the practice. It will automatically be clear with time. But right now, most important is that we understand the logic. Okay. I think this was enough for today's video. In the next video, we are going to discuss the more questions, remaining questions in inter level, and then finally we are going to go on to the advanced level, and then we have a lot more concepts to do, like functions, object oriented programming. So but before moving on to those concepts, I wanted that these concepts are clear.